I want to welcome everybody to the April edition of the Sonic Monthly Hat Trick. We're going to talk all about promotional umbrellas, which is a practical, high visibility branded item that offers great marketing opportunity in any weather. Would like to introduce you to your speaker today. That would be me. Hey everybody, Seth here. Hello, I am ready for the weather. I've got my disposable poncho here, and we're excited to talk to you all about branded umbrellas. It's an item that doesn't get enough talk, especially for an item with such a great imprint area and something that so many people need on a regular basis. So we are going to tell you a little bit more about the ins and outs of umbrellas. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write them in on the chat. And so let's get started. Okay. All right, so just a reminder, our Sonic Promos Hat Trick is divided up into 3 parts. We are going over what's trending, why umbrellas make exceptional promotional items. We're going to talk about putting it into practice with a little bit of a live demonstration of different umbrellas and some of the terminology. And then we'll provide a little bit of tips and tricks, some information about how promotional umbrellas can help weatherproof your brand. So let's get started. Why umbrellas? Well, first and foremost, longevity. The average promotional umbrella is kept and used for 2 years or longer. It creates an ongoing brand exposure through multiple seasons. It's an exceptional value when you calculate the cost per impression in an average of 1,760 impressions over a lifetime. So you're really getting an opportunity to showcase, that an item that is going to be in front of people on a regular basis. There's also that desirability factor. People rarely buy umbrellas for themselves, but they always appreciate receiving one. And really, you can never have too many. It combines a practical utility with visible branding. In addition, it helps to evoke a positive association with your brand, especially if they're in the middle of a situation where they need to be rescued during bad weather. And again, it's a walking billboard in public spaces. So you've got the ability to put multiple decoration on, and it is one of the most visible promotional products in what is often a crowded environment. So let's talk about terms a little bit. So you've probably heard about vented or non-vented or unvented. Vented umbrellas allow the wind to pass through and resist turning inside out. Sometimes the rain might come through them because you've got the vents, and so they're not fully rainproof, but they certainly can help you when you're in a windy situation. With an unvented umbrella, fully rainproof, but you do risk that potential of the umbrella going backwards, turning inside out on a windy day. So understanding the distinction is critical for choosing the right umbrella for whatever you're looking for. I mean, if you know that you're going to be out for long periods of time, you're going to want to consider that versus if you're just providing, a way for somebody to walk from, door to car, you may not need something super substantial. Frame and ribs. So, most umbrellas, you're talking about steel, durable, cost effective. It is a little bit heavier, less windproof than fiberglass. With fiberglass, you're talking about lightweight, rust resistant, flexible and wind resistant, and of course, most of these items are going to be a little bit more expensive. We also talk about bamboo, which is, if you're looking for that, an eco-friendly material. It is certainly stylish and something that people are always looking for, but more of an item that you would not be taking out into a heavy downpour. Certainly less durable under stress. So again, wanting to understand what your need is going to help to really determine what the best umbrella is going to be for you. And then we talk a lot about opening mechanisms. You've got a manual open and you've got an automatic open. And they are pretty much what they sound like. Manual umbrellas require the user to push the canopy up or down by hand. whereas an automatic open umbrella just features a button that pops the canopy open and up. The opening mechanism helps to affect the perceived value and the user experience. So, those are things that you're going to want to think about when putting together your umbrella. All right, so we're up to our intermission right now, our first intermission. Now that we've covered umbrellas and why they, can be used as an effective product, take a quick breather. Want to remind everybody, if you've got questions, to please again put them into the questions and answers, and we will be happy to provide an update for you. But for now, what we are going to do is we are going to, in fact, do a little bit of a product demonstration. This went pretty well last time, so we'll see if it goes well this time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to showcase 4 different umbrellas. We're going to be showcasing probably one of the most popular umbrellas. You've probably have 1 or 2 if you've been through school programs or sports programs. That's the Revolution umbrella, a really great item with lots of colors and options. We're going to talk about the Rebel inverted umbrella, which is also really popular. We're going to talk a little bit about golf umbrellas, and then we're going to showcase a hotel umbrella. So without further ado, here I am. Hello. So let's take a look at the first one. So this is the Revolution. Okay, great item. I like it because it's the Revolution. I always, think of Prince and the Revolution, which dates myself, but that's okay. Great umbrella, 42-inch arc. So what does that mean? It means when you open it up, it has a 42-inch arc. This item comes in tons of colors, both solids, and it also comes in alternative colors where you can get white with blue or white with red, and lots of other color options. It's an automatic push button, okay? And it's really, like, as far as a quality umbrella at a reasonable price, this is the one. Under $20 item. Don't need to order more than a few dozen. So really a great item. And yes, you can open umbrellas inside. It is not bad luck, okay? As I say that, and I hit myself in the face here. But, so this opens up. Here you go, okay? This is your Revolution umbrella. Okay, really nice piece. Best for 1 person, but I know from experience that it can work for 2. And, I really can't say anything more about it. Like if somebody's asking for one of my top, favorite umbrellas, this is the one. Okay, so close that down. Okay, next one. I'm going to go for here. This is the Revolution, the Rebel. I just said the Revolution. So this is the Rebel. Always a good one to break out at the end of the show to wow people, but there's so many good umbrellas out there. We don't want any to feel, more or less than the others. But the great thing about the Revolution is it's an inverted umbrella, okay? So what does that mean? It means that when you push the button and it opens here, it actually opens reverse. Hello. So also great for getting into your car, right? And then pulling it in as opposed to having all of that rain coming onto you. So this is just a super popular umbrella. Again, here it is. Like, you want to see it? Okay. And you can see how it looks upside down. Okay. And really a great umbrella in a lot of different styles of sizes. But if you've got want something that you want to put in your client's hands, we're always a real big fan of the Rebel inverted umbrella. All right, so golf umbrella. Why golf umbrellas? Well, golf umbrellas are made to withstand wind. Okay, so that's certainly an important thing. A lot of times they've got a much larger arc. Usually you're going to want something that's over 50, but some people want one that's as big as 60. I mean, it's so big that it actually needs 2 straps here. Okay, it's vented, so you can kind of see where the vent part is. But this is the umbrella. Whether you're a good golfer or not a good golfer, this is the one that you're going to want. It's got a nice push button open right here. Push button open. Hello. And then opens up, and almost, the whole office is almost rainproof here. Okay, really nice. You can see the venting that we were talking about, and it's really hard to get water to come in here unless you've got it upside down and you want to, use it as a little swimming pool. Okay. So golf umbrella, large arc. And the reason why is you need your caddy to hold the umbrella for you while you are taking that shot. I mean, you can almost hear the echo of how big this is and how much of a nice piece is. But the handle, really nice. It's just, you can feel the difference, the quality in this if you learned how to close it here, but I do not know how to close it. So that's going to be my next step. So anyway, all right. And then the last one is the hotel umbrella. This is the hotel fashion umbrella. Okay, your walking stick, if you will, with the curved handle. If you really want to give that, upgrade look. It's got this little push button. It's got a nice little gold tone push button, push button right here. Okay, and it's got a nice automatic open, pops right up. And this is that umbrella that you are going to want, 5 or 10 at the door of your office, or if you're in, we've got a lot of property management companies. So if you want to have a couple of these, for potential residents or people who are living there, it's nice, lightweight. It's got a nice, large imprint area, as most umbrellas do. So a really nice piece, easy to close, and so, so 4 umbrellas gives you a general idea of what the sort of styles are that we can work on, and then from there you can decide. We always talk about the Mongolian barbecue of promo. You can say, I want a golf umbrella, and I don't want vents, and I want an automatic open, and then from there we can find you some options that are going to work. So okay, let's keep going and talk a little bit more about something different. Outside of just your standard umbrellas, we've got the Blunt brand umbrella, which is a name brand you may have heard about. It's distinctive because it's got this aerodynamic design with rounded edges. It's got high-end styling that stands out from traditional umbrellas. It appeals to the design conscious and luxury market. So if you're looking for, real, different name brands, we can certainly help you with that as well. And then one of the things that is often difficult to show unless you really have some great designs to work with is the ability to do full canopy coverage. And we're talking not only on from the panels but on the inside as well. So if you've got a message, I mean, the best example we have a lot of times is cities will put their transportation maps, like the metro map or a bus route, on the inside. Or if you're a college and you want to show people where all the buildings are, you can use the inside of this to really showcase what the what your messaging is, and it's something that people are certainly going to hang on to. It really creates an immersive and impressive brand experience from underneath. And then, we're seeing lots of flashlights and lights that are being added to umbrellas. You can integrate LED lighting for increased visibility and safety. It's an innovative feature that demonstrates, care for the recipient's well-being. It creates nighttime brand visibility beyond, traditional branding. And then, most importantly is, how do you decorate it? Most people are used to, one panel. And the reason for that is it's not inexpensive to brand on multiple panels of an umbrella. You've got a large area to print with. Usually it's upwards of 25 square inches minimum, so 5 by 5 and even more if you really want to max it. But each time you add to those panels, it does cost money. But if you were looking to co-op with somebody, or you want to make sure that people are seeing whether you're coming or going, almost like a branded tent, you don't have to brand every panel, but you could certainly look to brand alternative panels. But we also offer interior printing, so you've got that visibility every single time that the umbrella is used. The exterior panel printing, like I mentioned, you've got lots of different locations that you can work with. If you've got multiple brands that you want to showcase, this is a great way to co-op, is doing that. The sleeve is another one. If you are selling an umbrella and and it comes with a sleeve, it's worth the upgrade to imprint on there, because if it gets separated, you can put it back. You have double the imprint, double the impact. Again, if you're co-oping, you want to put a program logo on the sleeve and you want to put a company logo on the outside, certainly an option. We can even do tie printing. usually you're going to minimize that to very, very small text. Or something very, noticeable, like a swoosh or something. But it's small branding that just adds a little bit of a touch to the umbrella design. It works really well for even taglines. Maybe you're not familiar, handle medallion, not available with every umbrella, but if you've got a nice, business umbrella that you want to put into a bag with people, and that handle is outwards, this gives you, a brandability without even opening up the umbrella. So it's a nice piece. If you've got, something that you've normally done lapel pins on, you've got a logo, you want to replicate that. The handle medallion is like a umbrella lapel pin. And then handle laser engraving is another decoration method that's available out there. Depending on what the material is, usually like wood or some sort of leather, is a decoration that's available. Okay, we're closing into the end here of our last section. We're up to our intermission. I want to remind everybody to stick around at the end. We are going to be giving away a really cool prize. So we'll just finish up our last section and go from there. All right, so why umbrellas? And we really have lots of clients who if they're in an outdoor arena, it makes lots of sense. But for other companies, why? Well, it is great for nurturing client relationships. Gifting umbrellas creates positive association with your brand, demonstrates care for the client's comfort and practical needs. It's a great follow-up for rainy season events. To show foresight and thoughtfulness. Maybe you're doing an event in Seattle. You want to send everybody an umbrella in advance as well. Or maybe you had an event in Seattle and you want to send them an umbrella afterwards, although I probably would give it to them in advance. But it's good. It's a great way to create a memorable impression, during trade shows and outdoor events. It's a great way to double down on brand consistency. You can choose umbrella colors that align with your brand palette. You can coordinate with other promotional items for more of a cohesive brand recognition. You consider umbrella, helps to complement branded, elements like apparel and signage. So you can even do umbrellas for trade shows and outdoor events. You can create a branded set, similar to like what we've got here, where you've got the cooler and the chairs and the umbrella. And then, it's a great way to invest in brand visibility, utilizing multiple decoration locations for maximum exposure. Again, we talked about considering interior panel printing that's visible when the umbrella is in use. Consider, exterior panel printing, which can be all over to ensure that you're getting that brand consistency and visibility even when the umbrella is closed. And, we talked about some of the additional decoration locations. And then nurturing internal culture. Branded umbrellas make a great employee gift, helps to build team cohesion. They're, a great item for distributing during company events and milestones. You can create a special edition for company achievements and anniversaries. You can help people to foster pride, when employees use company umbrellas in their communities. So there's a lot of ways that umbrellas can be utilized to maximize your exposure and get, a real bang for your buck. All right, we've come to our end here. Hopefully you have enjoyed learning about umbrellas. Here I am. Before we get into our Q&A, I want to ask everybody to scan your QR code, and we are today giving away one of our dog umbrellas. Hopefully you saw some of the photos of me putting those into use. If for some reason you don't have a dog, we will arrange to get you a dog. So, one way or the other, you'll be able to put it to good use. And so we'll put this up for another minute or so, or 30 seconds. Make sure you enter your information. Mallory will be pulling one of the names, and we'll reach out to you and let you know what you won. Okay. All right, well, now we are up to Q&A. And are there any questions about umbrellas or anything else while we're at it? Oh, we will not arrange to get you a dog. I forgot that happened previously, and there was a whole thing. So If for some reason you cannot put a dog umbrella to use, we will find you an alternative umbrella. But I'm sure that you can put it to good use. So, any other questions? No questions? Lead time. How about lead time? Just so that you know, umbrellas can be done very quickly. In as short as 5 to 7 working days. Sooner if you really, really need it. Custom umbrellas do tend to take a little bit longer. Usually in the planning and the design, and then once you get going, you can move it along. So hopefully that is of interest to you. And then again, price points. There are certainly umbrellas out there that you can find for under $10, but there are a lot more umbrellas out there for $12 to $20 that makes all the difference. And if you're not sure, the best way to tell is to sample an umbrella. Put it through the ringer, see how it holds up, and then you can decide that it makes a good investment for implementing into your marketing programs moving forward. All right, I don't see any more questions. I want to thank everybody who jumped on during our late start here, but hopefully you learned a little bit more about umbrellas. Seems appropriate as we're heading into April now. I'm not sure if we'll be covering flowers in May, but you never know. Once again, if you have any questions, if you need anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Follow us on social media. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will look forward to talking to you again soon.